Hello guys, good afternoon. How you been doing?
Hello guys, good
Hello,
afternoon.
afternoon. I'm doing great.
How about you, Mayan?
What about
I'm doing great too.
it?
I'm great
Hey,
too. Okay. So in this era, in this century, in this 21st century, social media is part of our life, isn't it? I mean,
Yes,
we live with our social media through this year, through all of these years, I mean. And so it's being important part of our life, I think, being an entertainment or maybe some information source for us. I think social media is kind of important for us. So for this topic, as you know, our topic today is about social media. So I want to ask you guys, what social media, what application or social media you usually use these days? Mayan, you can go
uh,
first.
okay. Um, my I usually use WhatsApp, Instagram, uh, TikTok, and sometimes Twitter. And usually I use the YouTube to listen to music. And how about you, Shakila?
well, the first social media that I use is um Instagram. Now, when I'm still I can say maybe I'm 9 or 10 years old back then. I was introduced by my sister to use the Instagram for the first time. Well, Instagram user, it's not as much as it is right now, and it's not that common. So that was my first social media, and then I went to Pat. If you knew, if you know Pat, it was a popular social media back then. It's not anymore. I
Is
think
it
it's not
still a
already
thing right
exist
now?
anymore.
It's not a thing right now.
Well, the application is already gone. I think
Ah,
I don't
I
know.
see.
Yeah, it's not exist anymore. And then I used that, and then I moved on to WhatsApp, and then tried to use Twitter. Yeah, I think that was the first social media that I used.
So you
What
use
about
it,
you?
right?
Yeah.
So for me, for this 2 years, I think, no, 3 years, I've been using Twitter as my main social media. I mean, I always, every day I open it. I think my screen time for Twitter is so high because I used to open it every day, and when I'm bored, I just open the Twitter and scroll through it. I use Twitter, and then what else? Instagram. I use Instagram just for the my extracurricular, Japanese club at English Word. I just use Instagram for my assignment, and then for the extracurricular, because I am the admin for
Oh,
the Instagram. I don't really use Instagram. I just open it. I think 2 days, 2 days once. I think I don't really open it that much as Twitter. I think yeah, I just use Twitter, and then I usually just use Twitter and YouTube. You know that YouTube has new features like story as TikTok.
Oh yeah, I knew that.
Yeah, YouTube has a new feature so you can watch some stories and the short video by TikTok on YouTube. It's kind of fun so that I don't have to download TikTok anyway. So usually when I just kind of tired of watching some long duration of video, I just watch the short video one. I think that's the social media I use. So this question, what social media you use at the first? I mean, Shakila said that she used Instagram, right? the first social media you use is Instagram. So what about you, Mayan? Mine is Facebook. I made my Facebook account when I was fourth grade of elementary school.
Oh,
Really?
Yeah, yeah. I still remember how I made that. How about you, Mayan?
my first social media account is WhatsApp. I made that account uh, at fifth grade. Yeah, and I usually use WhatsApp from the fifth grade until now is only for communication to my mom and to my friends or to my teacher. And after WhatsApp released the new feature story, I usually share about the community advertisement or some information or some news or just share my happiness on the WhatsApp story like jokes or meme. And I make the Instagram account is when I was um the seventh grade. Yeah. Uh
So junior high school then.
yes. The my first Instagram account was so weird, I think,
Oh, I
because
see.
I was so uh childish.
Yeah.
I see, I see. I also, I mean, if I look to my past social media, I got cringe, like, oh my gosh, I'm so annoying back then. Why did I even do that? I mean, I always say that when I see my past social media or maybe Facebook, I still have that account till now, but I don't use it anymore. I mean, I just use it to log in to some application, something like that. You can use Facebook, right? Or yeah. So if I look some old pictures of me on Facebook, I'm gonna get cringe like, oh my gosh.
But they said old pictures are disgusting. Kind of,
Right. Ew, I get disgust when I look by old photos. It just, oh my
yeah.
god, it got me cringe. And then talking
You know,
about what?
yeah.
Continue.
Sure. You know that before WhatsApp Messenger, we also had BlackBerry Messenger and Line, which is
Mm,
Messenger is really rare right now. Most use WhatsApp. I mean, yeah, it's been a trend back then, and I miss that using BlackBerry as my messenger.
Blackberry Messenger's line. I mean, some of my friends use line oftenly.
Oh,
Oftenly, like they chat there every day. There's like chat platform like WhatsApp and then BlackBerry Messenger and then Messenger from Facebook,
yeah,
the
Facebook
one from
Messenger.
Facebook. Yeah, I mean, I just use WhatsApp for now and use direct message from Twitter and Instagram. I mean, for important
Only
things, I
use
just use
mine
WhatsApp.
I only use mine for maybe searching for a promo or something.
Ah, I
I think
see.
yeah.
Mm,
Yeah.
mm, yeah, do you know that the Snapchat? You know Snapchat?
Yeah, yeah.
So Snapchat it's the first application that has the story feature, right? The
Uh,
story, like you can put some story on that,
with filters.
with some filters. And Instagram follows
Uh, and
Snapchat. You know that at the first
Oh,
Instagram didn't have like story feature, and then the camera it didn't have any filter and effect. Instagram didn't
yeah,
have that. And, and then Instagram follows Snapchat. It's been controversial. That, oh my god, Instagram followed Snapchat, and that Twitter has that feature too.
really?
Yeah, Twitter has that feature called Fleets. You
Oh,
spell it as FLEETS. It called Fleets, and then you can post some story in there, but it didn't have the filter camera one.
mm,
I mean, Twitter. I mean, we don't really need that feature on Twitter. For me,
yeah.
I mean, personally, I think that we don't really need that because usually people just post their status, like just tweet about it, and they don't use the story feature one. So Instagram, Instagram and WhatsApp is a one developer, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I know. I know.
So yesterday, I think 2 days ago or 3 days ago, WhatsApp is down.
Oh
WhatsApp
yeah.
has
Mine
been down.
not really.
It's about 1 a.m. or
Oh,
Yes,
2
yes.
a.m. you know,
okay.
One.
you slept, right? You know that, Mayan?
Yes, I know that.
Hmm.
I try to send a message to my friend, and I try to refresh my Instagram home, and I cannot do anything because
Yeah.
it's still loading and uh not give me anything.
So at that moment, I want to post some story. Like I used to post some memes and anything I found on Twitter or Instagram, like just like some shit post, and I want to post that, and I can't. I mean, like, what's wrong? I mean, I blame my Wi-Fi. Oh my god, what a junk Wi-Fi! I blame my Wi-Fi, and I change my connection to my data, but it's still didn't work. So I went to Instagram and still didn't work too. And I wonder what's wrong with my phone. Is there anything wrong with my phone or with my connection? Then I go to Twitter. Oh my god! And then they said WhatsApp and Instagram is down. Oh, okay. I've been relieved because it's not. I feel sorry for my Wi-Fi because I always blab it. I always say that my connection is suck. you know.
Yeah.
And then Mayan, you use what social media you often use? Which do you prefer, Instagram or WhatsApp? I mean, it's different, right? Actually, but which one you prefer?
I prefer to use WhatsApp because uh, all of my friend is have WhatsApp, and uh, not all people have Instagram, and I think the WhatsApp is have uh, a good display
Hmm.
and a good feature to communicate with other people, especially our friends or our family.
Yeah, right. WhatsApp. I mean, WhatsApp is really simple. You can just use it for chatting, communicate with people, call people, and video call. But I think that the call feature and the video call on WhatsApp is pretty bad for me personally. I
Yes, I
prefer.
agree with you.
Yeah, it always has bad connection, but actually my Wi-Fi is has good connection. But WhatsApp, I mean, it's kind of bad. I usually use Instagram for video call, but yeah, that's the minutes. Not everyone has Instagram. I mean, I hope that WhatsApp can make the connection of WhatsApp better for video call or calling because it's always reconnecting for me when I
Yeah.
do the call or everything.
Actually, quality of the video call is, but Apple user is better than the Android user. The quality
Right.
here, I can say,
You're right.
but yeah,
Because you know that Android user is more much than Apple
yeah,
user. So Apple has more stable connection than
mm,
the Android user. Instagram is the same for Instagram too.
yeah.
It's
The quality of the camera.
the camera and it's more smooth um, for iPhone than Android actually. So okay, Mayan, you wanna add something?
I think for this time, WhatsApp is still the most trending uh, application because from the children until uh, the adults is use WhatsApp.
Hmm, you're right. So, and WhatsApp is really important, right, for connection. I usually people just use WhatsApp rather than messaging. Like the ordinary message. People just use WhatsApp than the ordinary message right now in this era. So, what accounts you followed on Instagram, Shakila? What do you usually see or scrolling through on Instagram?
Well, the people's stories on
Your
Instagram.
friends.
Yeah, my friends. It's just it's fun. I mean, for spending my time, I looking through lots of stories of people, and yeah, it's just same like TikTok. Like we've never been getting bored with it. Or maybe Instagram make us bored, but then it's just good to see and our friends that we cannot even see right now
Yeah, you're
virtually.
right.
We can,
That's the only way for us to connect with our friends.
yeah,
We just can use social media to connect with our friends. If there's no social media, it cannot do anything to communicate with our friends, right?
yeah. Especially in this century, we cannot even live without it.
Yeah, you
Our
you're
life.
right.
Yeah.
So I mean, do you all use Twitter? Mayan has Twitter, right? Have Twitter, right? Do you have Twitter?
Yes, I just make the Twitter account. It just to um, it just as a requirement for free tryout from learning application,
Ah,
and
I
we
see.
must post. Uh, uh, oh, I'm sorry. We must repost their posts at our Twitter account, and I think until now I don't really know how to use the Twitter exactly.
Mhm. Actually, Twitter is pretty complicated because there are so many. I mean, some slang word people usually use on Twitter, and people who don't use Twitter can understand that what Twitter user means. But
It's a
Twitter,
Twitter like
yeah, I mean Twitter is like base camp for
oh
people to talk something about. That some gossips in this country, right? There are so many hot gossips, and people
yeah
usually just gossip on Twitter. People. I mean, like for the example, one person post about some gossip, artist or anything, and then people will be discussed on the comment section.
yeah
It's pretty fun actually for me, but yeah, Twitter is pretty complicated, Mayan. At the first,
Yes,
I
it
just
was.
cannot use Twitter at the first. It needs, I mean, like 2 months or 3 months for me to understand how Twitter works. It's pretty complicated if you don't really use Twitter.
Oh yeah, I know. Some Twitter language is like Hyung or uh, Jaksa or
Oh my
spill
god.
the tea. I
Yeah.
usually see that words from my friends' WhatsApp story or from Instagram or other application. And I think uh, what they uh, what did they do with their
So
uh, words?
actually, Hyung, you know that it spells Hyung. It's
Yes.
Korean. It's Korean language. So Hyung, it means that younger brother called their older brother Hyung.
a
Actually,
Oh,
growing
that's
brother.
what it means. Actually, but Indonesian people, that people who like Koreans, call. I mean, on Twitter we don't know anywhere, right? I mean, they're anonymous. They're some stranger.
Hyung,
Yeah,
yes.
so we call them by Hyun, but actually these days we don't really use that anymore because it's pretty offensive. Because it's actually misgendering. Like the example, if you call me Hyung Mayan, I'm a
Yes.
female, I'm a girl, so you cannot call me Hyung. Actually, it's
Oh,
misgendering, so it's pretty controversial right now on Twitter. So we don't really use that anymore. We just use like ka for these
oh,
days. Yeah.
Hyung
So
or Hyungers. That was the word I have
yeah,
seen on the social media.
yeah, Twitter is pretty funny actually. There are so many troubles that I mean, one words like Hyung that can make a big problem because people so
Yeah.
actually people so offensive on Twitter. You gotta be careful for our words. And then spill the tea. For spill the tea, we usually use that for the gossip. Usually one person posts like tweet, oh my gosh, I know this person cheating. You know that this celebrity. Do you want to know it? And the people on the comment section be like, oh my gosh, spill the tea, spill the tea, spill the tea, like that. Spill the
It's
tea is used
infamous
for something like that.
there.
Yeah, it's pretty fun actually, but it's pretty toxic.
Yeah, that's why
And
I never played Twitter besides just looking at the ghosts
Mm.
because they were sarcastic, and I don't really like that kind of person.
Yes, Twitter is pretty toxic.
Yeah,
and I think the Twitter is the base for people to share their disgrace. Do you know what I mean?
What does disgrace mean?
Um, uh, in Indonesian, it's called aib, aib,
Ah, yes,
aib.
disgrace.
Yes,
yeah,
Yeah, people. Oh my god, that's if you make some mistakes on Twitter, people will. We call it like people will spill you, will spill your mistakes. I
yes,
mean, you
and
gotta
judge.
yeah and judge. Twitter is pretty toxic, so you really must be careful to use Twitter because if you make like one thing like one mistake like what did I say like what I said before about Hyung and misgendering people, it can be a big problem. Or maybe 1% who say that usually people tweet about their insecurity, right? I'm like I'm not beautiful and I
Oh,
feel dumb. Usually
yeah,
people tweet something like that, and on the comment usually people support her or him. But
yes.
I mean, there are many people usually who just judge them like, so what do I do? You're ugly and that's it. There are some
yeah.
people just do that. I mean, Twitter is pretty toxic. And if you do that on Twitter, people will spill you. Like, this person is so rude. Just block him. The block culture, block
Yes, yes.
culture
Yeah,
on Twitter is pretty famous. If you make mistake, people will just block him, just block her, block like that. Twitter is pretty toxic.
Uh, and uh, do you know Indonesian netizen
Mhm.
is
Yeah.
yeah
like,
uh, very arrogant in the social
Indonesian
media.
Indonesian netizens has rude manner.
yeah,
Indonesian, yeah, like that. Even like Malaysian netizens and Singapore netizens knows about Indonesian netizens. Like,
even the
and then
Korean,
even the Korean Indonesian has pretty bad manner on social media. You know that we
pretty
can,
rude.
yeah, we cannot do anything. Actually, we just can't control ourselves to
Yeah,
avoid doing that things. So we gotta be wise to use social media. We gotta be smart.
Sometimes
What?
uh,
Okay.
sometimes Indonesian people call uh, what they do is the mental breakdance.
Oh yeah, when
They make
people judge on
yes
someone, But mental breakdowns is
They
actually a joke, a mock. It's more like
yes,
mocking. That mocking means meledek. Uh,
yes.
if people have actually, it's called mental breakdown. If people have mental
Oh,
breakdown and people mocking at him or her, people will be like, "Oh my God, he has mental breakdowns. She has mental breakdowns." Actually, it ain't. I'm sorry. Actually, it isn't mental breakdowns, but people just use it as a mock, as a
oh.
joke. It's actually mental breakdown, like that.
I think uh, the all of social media has the positive side and the negative side. Like the Twitter netizen, sometimes they will be a kindly person, or sometimes they can be a
A bad
bad
person.
person.
You're right. So usually, that Twitter netizens and TikTok users is always fighting.
Yes,
They're always debating about anything. Actually, debating about that topic is pretty useless for me personally. I think that is pretty useless, but it's social media. We cannot control anything. There are so many people that we cannot control anything. What people want to post on social media, so we gotta be wise to use social media. We gotta be smart to use what's good for us and what's negative. We gotta avoid that. I think social media is pretty useful, but there are so many negative sides too.
yes, and usually people compare their social media in the comment section.
Right,
And I
about
think
comparing. Yeah, continue. Go ahead first.
and I think the social media is have more negative side than the positive side.
Yeah, it's true. You got the point, actually. Social media has so many negative sides. I mean, I think it's more than the positive sides. Because for me, I use social media as entertainment. So I don't really think about it that much. I just use it to make me happy. If there are some things that make me unhappy and make me feel uncomfortable, I just skip it. I mean, it's social media, man. We can do anything. we just can skip it and yeah, just block the account that make us uncomfortable, like that.
Or delete
And
the app.
just delete just delete the app. You can do that too. So talking about comparing, people in the back day usually compare Instagram followers.
Oh yeah, that's a really competitive thing.
That's really competitive things. Usually people will just like this. Oh my gosh, I followed so many, but my followers is so just a few of my followers follow me. I will reduce the following list on my account, like that. In the back days, it's pretty competitive, like the followers. If people has like 100 or more than that, we call her or him like celebgram.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
It's a thing back then, but now,
well, people, because it's competitive things and Instagram, they bought followers. Can you imagine?
mm,
It's popular things back then.
it's popular thing
So,
back then. But now it's just not a thing anymore.
hmm, yeah,
And then back then we're competitive about the post. That who's
be
yes, who's more prettier, and
Oh
it's
yeah.
pretty toxic back then actually on Instagram. But I mean the toxicness on Instagram is moved to Twitter. Instagram actually, yeah, there are some people who has some rude manners too on Instagram, but it's not that bad right now. I think the people on Twitter, it's pretty toxic actually. You gotta be careful with Twitter.
And I think for this time, people who want to be famous is easier than in the past, because
yeah,
Yes,
just
just
sensation,
they
and you'll
have
get famous.
a beautiful face or handsome face, or they have uh, a good house or a good car.
I mean, it's just this. If you want to be famous, just be rich. Just be rich, and
Yes.
you'll be famous. Or maybe just be pretty. Or maybe this sounds maybe sound so offensive, but just go naked, and people will look at you.
And it will viral on the all of the
It
social
will
media,
viral on all of social media. You're right.
Be
and
stupid and
that's
just
the
famous.
negative side
Ah,
of social media, I think.
people do anything to be viral
Hmm.
and
So
have lots of money.
yeah, they have lots of money. So you know that blunder. Blunder is actually an English language. So blunder means people who made stupidity.
Yes, yes.
Blunder. Yeah, I think it means like that. If I'm not wrong. So people will get famous if they do blunder. You know that oh God, he's so stupid. He blunders like that, or she blunders. She makes stupid thing like there are some people who said on Twitter like, "I believe flat Earth. I believe flat Earth. There's no such thing like flat Earth."
Or when someone is say the false information,
Hmm. Hoax. The
the
hoax.
netizen will judge.
Yes, that is only judge. Yeah. So we gotta be careful. Actually, so I mean, yeah, it's 2 minutes again till the end. So I
Oh,
think that's all for our
yeah.
topic for social media today. In conclusion, we gotta be wise to use our social media. We gotta be smart to separate between the negative sides and positive sides social media for us. I think that we just have to use social media as our entertainment and
Hmm.
don't bring it too serious. I think that's what's about your opinion?
Well, I think that we need to be smart and just don't be stupid by using social media. Because like there's too much stupid people and we can't just be like that. We need to be the smart one. So
We
yeah,
need to
I
be the
think that's
smart one. You're right.
quotes of the day. You need to be the
Quotes
smart
of
one.
the day. You gotta be wise, use social media, and not be stupid person. Mayandra, do you have
Yes,
any
yes.
opinion to say,
Mm,
or
I
maybe
think
enough?
that's enough for me
Okay. So
because
let's. Okay, guys.
the time.
Oh yeah, it's limited. So it's less than 1 minute. So that's all for
Yes.
our meeting today. Thank you guys for this interesting conversations. Goodbye. See you in the next meeting. Have a good
Goodbye. See
day.
you. Thank you.